So by the end of this tutorial, you should have a spinner on your app. You should be able to use the spinner component, and you should also be able to add random numbers into the beginning of your spinner and into the end of your spinner. Stay tuned to find out how. Hello and welcome to another Thunkable tip. We're continuing our series on lists and the various different user interface components that we can use to display them. This one is going to be all about the spinner. So let's start off as per usual by creating a new app. This one is going to be called Spinner. And when we open it up then, we're only going to have a couple of components to show how the spinner works, and we're also going to add items to the end and to the top of our spinner itself. So I'm going to start off by changing the background color. I'm going to go for something here like light blue. I'm going to get rid of my status bar, and I'm going to change the title to spinner with an or. And then I'm going to drag and drop in the spinner component just to figure out kind of how it works. So we're familiar at this stage with the elements from string. These are comma separated numbers or items or words, whatever you want to put into your list, like that. We don't have as many sizing options with the spinner or styling properties, so we can't change colors or anything like that. And we've got prompt for what the user should see, like add items. Selection, then that's what they're going to select themselves. So if we jump over here to the live testing, we can see then that when we click the spinner itself, it shows the different blocks like that. Okay, so the blocks then aren't too complicated. We've got an after selecting event, and what we'll do then is, for instance, we can change the title as we usually do, just to show what the selection variable returns, like this. Okay, so if we were to click on 15, we see the selection gets displayed here. What about then the properties of the spinner itself? So we've got selection index, all those kind of things there. So let's go selection index first of all, actually, just to see it change. So if we click on the first one, we'll see the number 1. If we click on the third one, we see the number 3. Okay. And then we can also use the selection property. So that's the same as this local variable, except it's accessible by any component. So you could use it in conjunction with another component. All right, so let's figure out then how we can add items into our list. To do that then we need a trigger, let's say. So we need the button to add a random number. So insert random number, like that. And when the button is pressed, okay, what we'll do then is we'll find the when button one.click event like this. Hopefully that's easy enough to see. What we'll do then is we will create a random number, and we're going to add that into our spinner elements. So this is a list here, spinner1.elements, and we can add a new random number into that, like so. And then once we've updated the spinner's elements, we actually have to tell the spinner itself by using this set spinner1.elements, like so. So if we duplicate, drag and drop that in there. So we add in a random number and display it there. Okay, so let's have a look here. Click the button, we get a random number in our spinner elements, and now it's after adding in 62 down there at the bottom. Excellent, all right. So that adds, every time you hit insert a random number, like that, hit it 2 more times there, we got 94 and 90, they get added to the end of the list. 4 is the first number, so what if we wanted to insert an item above or at the top of the list? So what we can do then is we can do insert list item, like that. The list is still spinner1.elements. The item that we're going to insert is still the random number. And then the index, though, we want it to be the first thing in the list. So we use the index 1, like this. So now our random numbers will get added into or get placed into the beginning of the list. So click on the button here. 4 was the beginning, was the first number. Now it's 21. Insert another random number. Now it's 1, and so on and so forth. And you can actually see them appearing here on the list as we click the button. So that's how the spinner component works, and two methods then for adding items to the end of the list and adding items to the beginning of a list. Again, two very popular questions. So I hope you've enjoyed that tutorial. If you did, click the like button. If you'd like to see more tutorials in the future, more Thunkable tips, click the subscribe to get notified of new videos. Trying to publish them every day. Click on the notification icon. As per usual, leave your questions. I really enjoy reading them in the comments below. Until then, keep on thunking, and I will see you in the next video.